Investors Education Series. And like I told you before, we have something very, very key for you. So if you ask me, get a pen, get a paper, just sit down while you are listening or you're on the road. Just make sure you probably go back to our YouTube page after now to watch and understand what will be discussed. Mr. Charles.
Yeah, thank you very much, Javon. Today is going to be a special investors education series because this particular episode is dedicated to the Nigerian investors and also diaspora investors and of course foreign investors, because we have a mandate from these investors that we are going to educate them, have a discussion with them when it comes to investment in the Nigerian capital markets, be it on NGS platform, be it on NESD, be it on FFDQ, be it on even on any of the commodities exchange. Our main focus on this investors education series is to make sure that we create that awareness for the average investor. And like you have said today, something very special for the investors.
Yeah, it's very,
very, very special.
Because for me, it's even when I saw it, I was telling you that this is an introduction to
to Finance 101.
So it's key, and I believe that not just to me, for every other person out there listening, it is something that's only for the young ones.
Yeah, it's for the young ones.
The festive period is coming, and instead of you to have a dirty December, why not have an investive December?
Exactly. Like I said yesterday, under still this investor education series, talking about financial therapy and all that, we're saying this is a festive period.
Yeah.
Don't allow your emotions to determine your spending.
You now spend loud.
And when it comes to January, you are now lamenting. But this is the time you can also budget very well. Make sure that all the spendings you are making are something that will add value to your person. So this particular offer we're having now is one of those examples. And for me, I've already tagged it as the Christmas gifts for the Nigerian investors.
Okay, so that means not even just for January, you're talking about future.
Of course, because it's for medium to long term.
Yes.
Yeah, this particular gift. But what is this gift? In fact, I just want to keep it a secret. But no, we on Broadcast Radio, we want to educate the masses.
Yes,
we want
it's
people
very,
to be
very
aware.
key.
Very, very key. So maybe Javon will let it out of the bag. What is this special package?
Okay, for us not to keep you in the dark for too long, okay, so we have, this special package is very, very simple. Where there is a communication that was brought to our notice, on Broadcast Radio here, that MTN Nigerian Communication PS offer for sales of 575 million existing ordinary share of 0.02 each.
Okay.
So in layman terms, MTN wants Nigerians to come and own MTN. Did I get it right?
A part of it, huh?
Yeah, part of it, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
To come and be a shareholder of MTN Nigeria. Yeah, part of it.
Okay, so Javon has let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, it's necessary.
Yeah, so MTN Nigeria Communications PLC, is their offering for sale. Offer for sale. 575 million existing ordinary shares. Existing ordinary shares. Okay? Now, let us look at some of the keyword there. Offer for sale.
Okay.
For the average investor, what is this offer for sale? Offer for sale simply means that a particular shareholder in MTN is offering their own shares to the general public.
Existing.
That's why I say existing ordinary shares.
Yes.
It is not a new share that they are creating.
Yes.
It's already existing.
Okay.
So they are selling part of their existing shares. And like we have seen, it says MTN International that is selling this 575 million units to Nigerian shareholders. That is offer for sale. So at the end of this offer, the proceeds realized will be going to the shareholders, that is the MTN International, that is selling. It is not going to MTN Nigeria. No.
So you just like I have 20 phones, okay?
Yes.
I decide to, instead of just owning all these phones, let me start selling. Let me sell a few of those phones to people that also need phones.
Exactly.
So that I have to reduce. I will have my cash.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. That is just simply what we have seen here. So we say the company is MTN Nigeria PLC, MTN Nigeria or the company. But we also need to let our listeners know that MTN Nigeria is operating in the telecom sector in our economy and is listed on the NGS platform. It's listed there. That is, you can buy and sell the shares of MTN Nigeria on the NGS platform. Now, the selling shareholder, like I've said, is MTN International, and that is Mauritius Limited. So it is the MTN International Mauritius Limited that is selling a wholly owned subsidiary of MTN Group. So MTN Group is the one that owns MTN International Mauritius. So it is that MTN International shares that has been sold. Now the security that is being offered, what is the shares that have been sold? The total number is 575 million existing ordinary shares of that's 2 kobo.
Yeah, 2 kobo.
2 kobo each in MTN Nigeria PLC. So they have shares in MTN Nigeria. So they are selling it to Nigerian investors or any other investors. Now, the mode of offer, how are they selling these shares? They say it's offer for sale. What we have explained, offer for sale, as is different from offer for subscription. Offer for sale is the selling of shares already existing by a shareholder, and the proceed goes to that particular shareholder, not to MTN Nigeria.
Okay, that is good that part is being spelled out.
Yes, investors need to understand that. And we've had a couple of offer for sale in the past before. And most companies even use it to even come to the market. I think that communication did a similar thing. Which other one I can remember now again? I think the Dangote Group did something like this when they were coming to the market. But for MTN Nigeria, it's already listed. It's already been traded. So this offer is going to expand the shareholder base of MTN Nigeria. I'm not sounding like an investor's relation person for MTN Nigeria or MTN Group. I'm just trying to educate and create that awareness for the average Nigerian investors.
Yeah, it's good to clarify that this is not a paid, it's not a sponsored,
not a paid or sponsored whatever
program.
No. Yeah. Our corporate social responsibility is to create that awareness. Now, who are the lead issuing house? The issuing house are usually the financial advisors to the company doing the offer. And of course, I don't need to mention their name yet because they, like we said, it's not a paid advert. Then you also have the lead issuing house, that is the lead financial advisor. Then you also have the joint issuing houses, and all their names are also there. Now, we are also being told the background and nature of the business of MTN. Because as an investor, you want to invest in a particular company. You need to know what that company is doing. Unlike what we have seen recently in the media, people just give their money to, what do you call it? Is it piggy banks? This is Forex, this one, that one, Ponzi schemes, pyramid scheme. And you don't even know what they are doing. And at the end of the day, what happened to the investors? They are swindled.
Yeah.
We have seen so many cases. So you need to know the nature of the business. So for the average investor, either in diaspora or in Nigeria, what is the nature of the business of MTN? And we are saying MTN Nigeria is the largest mobile network operator in Nigeria and one of the largest operator in Africa. Over the past 20 years, the company has developed one of Africa's largest telecommunication infrastructure that powers critical sector of the Nigerian economy, such as banking, insurance, e-commerce, and the oil and gas. So you can see clearly the nature of the business of MTN. But before we even came on air, I spoke to quite a number of senior, seasoned stockbrokers, which, of course, they said they want to remain anonymous. Yes, they all agree that this MTN shares is for the medium to the long term. And some also share the concern MTN is highly geared. That is for investors. They are saying MTN is doing a lot of things, but they will still recommend, for investors to take advantage. And that, in fact, a particular senior broker said, lay the cards down for the investors to know that these new shares that they are going to acquire now will be adding to the outstanding shares of MTN. And it will make it to over almost 20 billion shares. So the investors should be aware of that. And that when they buy minimum of 20 shares, if they keep those shares for 1 year, they will be entitled to a bonus of 1. For every 20, they will get 1. So the investors should be aware of all this. Now, as of June 2021, MTN Nigeria had 68 million mobile subscribers, 32.5 million active data users, and approximately 30,000 kilometers of fiber network coverage. So you can see
like a background check into the company you are investing into.
Exactly. So you can see that it has a large coverage. I don't want to say, oh, MTN, yellow everywhere, that is their popular jingle. But it shows that MTN has actually penetrated when it comes to in terms of data usage and, of course, to making calls. MTN has a large coverage in Nigeria today. We can't rule that out. Now, MTN Nigeria is the second largest listed company by market capitalization on the NGX platform. And they listed the figure there. Say about 3.87 trillion naira as at yesterday, December 2021. And the largest listed company by revenue. Of course, they said 1.35 trillion naira. Revenues as at 31st December 2020. These are figures you can cross-check.
Yeah, you can go online and Google. Yes, it's very key.
So this is why we are saying the background and nature of the business is also, for you as an investor, you have to do your own little research. But there's something again I think they didn't mention here. I think MTN have been given approval in principle to run a payment service. That is
probably they didn't list it because they've not gone into operation yet.
But they've been given approval in principle.
Is it by CBN?
By
I guess
CBN,
yes. So
you can see that will also add to the revenue stream. Yes. And like a senior broker told me that people who have just 100 naira credits, 200 naira airtime, they will also be included in financial transactions. Small here and there, and you see that MTN is capturing the entire space. So we can see the potential is there. Like I said, I'm not holding brief for MTN. I'm just laying the facts so that our investors can look at it and take their decision. Okay, so let's now look at the authorized share capital of MTN. It said 557 million shares divided into 27 billion 850 million ordinary shares of 2 kobo each. Issued and fully paid up share capital. So it's about 407 million 90,261 naira divided into 20 billion 354 million 513 and 50 ordinary shares of 2 kobo each. So we can see that is the current outstanding shares of MTN. Now, if an investor wants to invest in this offer, what is the minimum application? We are told here from their document, a minimum of 20 ordinary shares and multiple of 20 ordinary shares thereafter. What this means for investors to understand is you can buy MTN shares, this particular offer, just 20 units. That's the minimum. And after that, you can now begin to buy 20, 20, 20, 20. How do you pay? In full on application. There is no credit.
So that means with a little above 4,000 naira, I can own a share, 20 units of share in MTN.
Exactly, because the offer price is for per unit is 169 naira.
Yes.
So if you multiply that by 20, exactly, we can see the offer price. But divide that by 20 units, you're talking about less than 4,000 naira. So like a senior broker that we were just sharing a joke, and she was saying, you could just go to an eatery this festive period. Even a friend would just say, okay, on my head, one Ikwobi,
And before you know it, 10,000 naira is gone.
You have spent over 4,000 naira.
Yeah.
So you can see that if you are able to save from that, you can become a part owner of MTN Nigeria.
So rather than have a dirty December, you can have an invest. As in, how will I put the English now? You can just invest that dirtiness into your future.
Exactly. So you just save that 4,000 naira and you are a part owner of MTN. For me, I think it's without sounding like a PRO person for MTN, I think it's a Christmas gift. It's a Christmas gift, but of course, we'll still allow the investors to make their decision.
Make their decision.
Yes. Okay, so they say payment is full on application, so you have to pay the complete amount of money. There is no partial payment. The offer opens Wednesday 1st, December 2021. That was yesterday.
Yes.
The offer just opened.
And it's just valid for the next, today is 2nd, so the next 12 days.
Offer closing Tuesday 14th December 2021. And I was told that they did a road show. MTN did a road show yesterday in Abuja, according to the company secretary, Uto Ukpana, said the first road show was flagged off in Abuja by the MTN Group CEO, Raf Mupita. So they did the road show in Abuja, and of course the MTN Nigeria CEO was also there. That's Carl Toriola, was also there. But again, I just want to remind investors, and of course those who are listening to us, road shows are a common practice in the Nigerian capital market. In those days, we used to see road show when a company is coming for the first time or they are trying to do a public offer to raise money. Again, you see a lot of entertainment.
On the streets.
On the street, Broad Street, Marina, kind of. It's like, for me, it's like
it's another form of
it's a showbiz.
It's another form of advertising.
Of course, and you see the capital market community, the other stakeholders just taking a walk, and of course that will create a lot of awareness, and people will really invest. In fact, I remember a particular road show. I think that was for one of the banks, which has transformed now to an Olco company. They were carrying live elephant as part of the road show, removing the live elephant, and of course, the the company that has that live elephant as their logo. I will not mention them here. Let them come and see our commercial people. And it was all fun, and it created that awareness. And at the end of the day, we saw that these offers were really oversubscribed. The company got the amount of what they were looking for, and it was even in excess. So, and that created a lot of awareness in the Nigerian capital market, because the capital market of any country is very key in terms of economic development. So the government should always continue to encourage the development of the Nigerian capital market. And how do you do that? You need the stakeholders, the capital market ecosystem, the trading license holders, as they are being called now, the regulators, the investors, the banks, and every other person that's involved in ensuring that these offers comes out. So for this, we think investors should look at it very well. But I must give a warning. For any investor, please make sure you do your own due diligence. You can consult your stockbroker, and your stockbroker will be able to explain further to you. But at the end of the day, it is still the investor that takes the decision.
And also, let me ask, for a new, investor, what are the things that he or she needs to probably have in the book before even buying the share? Because I know that you can't just go buy the share. You should have maybe an account or something with the stockbroker and all that.
Okay, I think that's a very wonderful question, Javon. We're going to get to that. But for an investor who has not invested before in the Nigerian capital market, and you want to use this as an opportunity to, get invested by owning part of MTN shares, the first thing I would say is for you to try and consult your stockbroker. And your stockbroker will need to open an account for you, because these days they don't issue certificates. So you need to have what we call a cscs account, and it's only your stockbroker that can do that for you.
And the account can be linked to the normal bank accounts.
Well, it might not be linked, but of course you provide your BVN number in the form that you're going to fill.
Okay, because I know there was a time they say they would no longer give dividend. They will pay directly into individual accounts.
Yes, and that's why they're asking for the bank details, so that the CSS, by the way, is Central Securities Clearing System.
Okay.
They are like the sub-registrar for all the companies. They have the records. So once they have your banking details, your BVN number, your account number, your bank, they have it. Now they will send it to the registrar of this company, not only MTN. Okay. So if, let's say, MTN is now paying dividends, your bank account will be credited.
Okay.
So that is where the linking you are talking about. Okay. So once you are buying shares now, you need to provide that details to CSS through your stockbroker.
Can it before now they will post, they will say, you have your dividend posted to your address, and you now go to the bank and pay it in manually and all that,
Yes, you can see that we have gone beyond. Everything is now digital.
Yeah.
And if you have been following the capital market news, you will discover that we still have outstanding of those dividends. I think at the last count, over 90 billion naira unclaimed dividends.
I think I will have mine that is still unclaimed soon.
So what you need to do, just talk to your stockbroker. That's a form you fill the form, and of course they send to the registrar, and your account will be credited. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what it's supposed to be. So again, it's an opportunity for investors to appraise. That is new investors. I think they should take advantage of this. Look at it very well. Get in touch with their stockbroker so that they will be appropriately, advised, and they have all the information. They can now take their own investment decision. So, like we have said, the offer closes Tuesday, 14th December, 2021. Now, the next thing we have there is underwriting. The offer is not underwritten at the instance of the selling shareholder. Now, this is for information's sake. What they are telling us here is nobody have said, if you don't sell all these shares, we are going to pay you.
So meaning that the MTN International, the Mauritius,
Yes.
if at the end of the day the unit they want to sell is not, they are not able to sell them completely, though they still keep that part, the remaining to themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe at later time they can say offer it again. But what they are telling you now, nobody has told them we are going to pay you if you don't sell everything. That is underwriting it. Nobody has done that. Yes.
That needs to be clarified.
That's just the explanation there.
Yeah.
Because we have what they call the best offer. We have firm underwriting. You know, as if before you start selling, you have an underwriter somewhere that will have said, okay, no problem. If you don't even sell everything, I'm going to buy off from you what is left. I'm going to take it and pay you. Then later on, they call that warehousing. And later on, they can now offer to the market as the case may be. So you, the money you are looking for, you have gotten your money. But in this instance, say nobody has done that for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, investors will be asking the status. What is the status of these shares they are buying? They say the issued and fully paid shares of MTN Nigeria, including offer shares.
Okay.
Including offer shares are listed on the NGS platform. That is, once you have been allotted, even if that 20 shares, that means your shares are the same with the ones that are already being traded.
Okay.
That is the status. Yeah. So let's look at the purpose of this offer. Because if you are saying MTN International, you know, that's the MTN group. MTN International is selling. What is the purpose? Why are they selling? The offer is being undertaken to enable MTN group through its wholly owned subsidiary, MTN International, sell 575 million ordinary shares.
Existing ordinary shares.
Yes, existing ordinary shares. Existing ordinary shares. Representing 2.82% of the entire issue and fully paid ordinary shares of MTN Nigeria. So you can see just less than 3% they are even selling.
So that means they own more.
Of course. So what they are selling now is just representing 2.82%. You could have more. So the offer supports MTN's group stated intention of introducing a wider base of Nigerian shareholders into the ownership of MTN Nigeria, while also achieving an increase in the company's free float on NGS. The offer also aims to support the creation of a liquid market in the ordinary shares for existing and future shareholders of MTN Nigeria. Okay, now, very fine purpose, very good. When MTN came to list in the market, by way of introduction, first of all, there were issues that it was being held, it was closely held. It was not freely, among Nigerians. And when you come by way of introduction, nobody will force you to sell your shares.
Okay.
So there were no shares to be bought.
They just came and they were listed into the NGS.
Yes, then NSC, and the shares were not freely traded because it was held by few people, and there were kind of issues. So I'm sure that's why they are trying to open up.
Okay.
But they have said to increase shareholder base and also give opportunity
for Nigerians
to own
part of
the shares. I think it's a good development. Then also to meet some requirement, free floats, so that at any point in time there is liquidity for share. People can freely, they can buy, they can sell, because there are some securities at any point in time you can buy and sell them. While there are some, it will be difficult. So this will also make trading of the shares very easy.
So that means in no time, say someone buys the share today and in 1 year decide to sell it, you can just sell it and still cash out and be happy.
Of course, yes. Exactly. You can still do that. So I would say it is liquid. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what are they going to use the proceed for? The net proceed of the offer will be remitted to the selling shareholder in consideration for ordinary shares sold under the offer. So you can see it's very straightforward.
Money is not going to MTN.
It's not going to MTN Nigeria. It's going to the selling shareholder.
Okay.
Very straightforward. Now, what is the subscription process? How are you going to get involved? How are you going to buy these shares? Like we have said, they said there are two processes. There's a green process facilitated through the primary offer, digital e-offer portal by NGS. Let's look at that. Everything has gone digital. Everything is green. Sustainability. And I think I support them on that very well. So what you do is you can go to the NGS, the e-portal platform, and of course you will see the offer there. You will select, fill everything, even your method of payment. Then you need to select a broker. Yes, you need to select a broker. Yes, you select your broker. For existing, those already investing in the market before. You already have your stockbroker.
But for a new investor.
That's why I say for a new investor, you need to get in touch with your stockbroker.
So you can't select from this digital platform and start the enrollment with them from there.
No, because you don't have a broker now. And on that form, you need to even put what they call the cscs number. And it's only your broker that can open an account for you to have the cscs number.
Okay, let me a quick one. How long does it take to get a CSCS number? Because looking at the fact that this public offer only valid for the next 12 days. Probably, I hope they will extend it, but for now, it's saying 14th of December. So it's just 12 days from the day of production of this record of this information now.
Yeah.
So how long does it take to get a CSCS number?
Okay. With your broker, you meet a broker, they do it for you less than 48 hours. Or let's say 48 hours. For if you fill all the documents, all the requirements, it's a KYC, you fill everything, and it's sent to CSCS.
So is there a way that let's say the process of getting a broker is ongoing? Can I now buy it down in case?
You can't. You can't.
Okay,
but just meet. Today is what? Today is
second.
Thursday.
Yeah, and
you can meet a broker tomorrow, and by Monday your account is open. Simple.
Okay.
Okay, let's go quickly. Then the second of a method is application form submitted through any of the receiving agent. Of course, the trading license holders are all receiving them. Agent has the stockbrokers. Okay. Let's move on quickly. Now, the incentive. In order to encourage participation in the offer, the selling shareholder is providing an incentive in the form of one bonus ordinary shares for every 20 shares, ordinary shares purchased and allotted, up to a maximum of 250 bonus ordinary shares per investor. So it's just to encourage, it's a sweetener. If you buy,
buy one gets one free. Buy 20, get one free.
Get one free. So for every 20, they are giving you one. But a maximum of 250 bonus. They won't go beyond 250 bonus.
So that means since for every 20, I'll get 250. So if we now
for every 20 you get one.
You get one.
40 you get two.
So and the highest they can give is 250 bonus.
Yes.
So if we now do the math, 250 times
20.
Times 20.
Anyway.
So you're thinking about I can only have 5,000 shares.
Okay. For you to get that 250 bonus.
Yes.
We'll do the math. No problem. Let's move on. Okay. So the incentive is open to investors who hold and do not trade the ordinary shares purchased during the institutional offer and retail offer continuously for 12 months post the date of SEC clearance of the allotment. So the day you allotted, the day you are giving the shares, you have to keep it for 1 year before you are qualified for that incentive.
Oh, it's not even immediate.
No, it's not immediate. You have to hold it.
Okay.
So let's
I have to keep that account open for the next 12 months.
So they are now telling us how do you obtain the prospectus, that is the offer document, and of course the form. Electronic download from shelf prospectus, pricing supplement, and of course application form. They are all there when you go to the downloads. Allotment formula. The offer shares will be allotted in accordance with SEC rules that prescribe that all subscribers receive the minimum application, and thereafter the residual balance shall be prorated. So they are trying to avoid the question of oversubscription. So if you subscribe for 20, you will get. Then they will now have to do the rest, prorating them, so that you don't give somebody 5 million, there's somebody that is asking for 1,000, you don't give him. So to ensure fair play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're trying to avoid. You don't want one person to just come and.
Of course, exactly.
Clear the whole thing.
Exactly. Okay, so let's look at the in case of oversubscription, they are selling 575 million. What if you now have more people who want to buy more? So they say in the event of an oversubscription, additional ordinary shares not exceeding 15% of the offer shares may be offered by the selling shareholder, subject to the approval of the Securities and Exchange Commission. So if you have oversubscription, now they will now sell additional 15%, subject to the approval of the regulator.
So oversubscription means if you have more people
willing
to buy, and they've outsold the
that
current
575 million, they will do additional 15%.
Okay.
Subject to the approval
of the SEC.
So let's look at their financials briefly. Though investors still need their stockbrokers to interpret this for them, but no problem. Let's look at for how many years? We are looking at their 4 year.
Their year ends every 31st of December.
Let's go to what every investor wants to profit after tax. Let's look at the profit after tax, not the revenue. You can see let's start from 2017. Profit after tax is about 107, let's say, billion there. It increases to 221 billion in 2018. In 2019, it increased to 291 billion. I hope I'm correct. Yes. Then in 2020, we're talking about 298. So you can see a steady increase in profit after tax, and also even in their revenue, a steady increase. So if their financials is okay, like I said again, it is still left for the shareholders to make their decision. I will not tell them buy or not to buy, but it is for them to do that. Okay, so MTN Nigeria Communications offer for sale 575 million shares. Okay, let's see some of the information that will assist the investor. Okay, they say they have 20 billion 354 513 50 20 billion 354 million 513 50 ordinary shares of 20 kobo each in the issued ordinary share capital of the company are beneficially held as follows. So let's see. MTN International, that's the Mauritius Limited, has about 15 million shares. That's 15 million. That's about 76%. Now, Mobile Telecom Network has, well, let's look at the percentage, has just less than, just 2.75%. Then the MTN Group has about how many percentage? About 78%. Let's see, the remaining 21% is now owned by others. So you can see, okay, the remaining 21% is owned by other investors. Let's move on. Declaration. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the CSS account of successful applicant will be credited not later than 15 working days from the allotment dates. To ensure that details of their CHN number, that is the clearinghouse number, and cscs number are provided in the relevant space on primary offer or the application form. So you can see this is where you really need the stockbroker to assist you, the trading license holder to assist the intending investor. And you are going to be credited 15 working days after the allotment has been approved. So you can see that this is an offer for the average investor, but at the same time, they should consult their stockbroker for proper advice and briefing. Thank you.
And trust me, if you're listening to you, this information is brought to you by Broad Street Radio. Like we said before, this is not a paid publication, all right? We're just doing it because of the love we have for investors. And mind you, this is the investors education series of the Afternoon Business Show. So we just want to know this information. And while you are trying to, some people will be paid bonuses this year from their workplace and all that. So this is an avenue for you to really, just invest that money. Be a part owner of MTN, even if you are owing 0.00001% of MTN, it's still something. Knowing well that MTN is a company that is, I keep making steady gain and all that, and is also this is not the 100% return of investment in 24 hours that people keep falling victim
that's true
into,
that's true. So therefore, before we even go, I want to allow our investors to have an important information. I'll just take it there. In accordance with SEC directive on dematerialization of share certificate, that is, they're not going to be giving share certificates of share certificates, and in the event that a clearinghouse number and cscs account cannot be created prior to the question you're asking, at the point of submitting an application form, and subscribers do not provide valid clearinghouse number and cscs, that is Central Securities Clearing System account number, such subscribers will have their shares credited at the cscs using a registrar's identification number. A registered identification number, that is RIN, is a number allotted to shareholders who do not have valid clearinghouse number and cscs account numbers, in order to warehouse their units of shareholding in public companies listed on NGS under the registrar's custody at the cscs. The allotted shares will be transferred to the stockbroking account of the shareholder once valid clearinghouse number and cscs account numbers are provided. That's just to answer your question. That they can still buy if they do not provide that clearinghouse number and the cscs number.
Okay.
Yes, because that's in line with SEC dematerialization directive. So what they do is you will get the shares ready to be warehoused. They will use a registered identification number and just keep it there.
So when
you now provide your clearinghouse number and your CSA, which your broker will have to do for you, then they will now credit you. So shareholders can still buy, but we are advising them, get in touch with your stockbroker by tomorrow, so that by Monday your account is open and you just fill the form and you put the clearinghouse number and the CSCS number. But again, this is trying not to discourage people that if I don't have a broker, but at the end of the day, you will still provide your clearinghouse number and your Central Securities Clearing System account number.
All right. Okay. I haven't heard that. So if you need more information, I think you can walk up to us at Broad Street Radio. We can help you. Because our aim is we don't want people to keep being defrauded of their hard-earned money.
Exactly.
It's for me is very painful when we see post online how people get defrauded. Through this forex, do this crypto and all that. This is a sure way to have a safe investment that you'll be proud of.
Just imagine that caller somewhere in Malafotori, somewhere in Baga, somewhere in Goza, or somewhere in what do you call that? My village again.
Somewhere in Imo State,
Somewhere in Patani, in Delta, or Tororua in Sabama local government in Bayelsa. Making that call, and at the same time being a proud owner of MTN shares. That is that villager is the part owner of MTN shares. I think it's a Christmas gift, and I'll just employ all the investors to get in touch with their stockbrokers. And if you don't have before, please try and get a stockbroker so that they can facilitate this quickly for you. Thank you.
All right. I think we've really dealt with this so well, because we want you to have a pure understanding. So follow us on all our social media handles at Broad Street Radio RAD on Instagram, Broad Street Radio RAD on Facebook, Broad Street Radio NG on YouTube. All right, and if you want to sponsor this investor education series segments of the afternoon business show, feel free. Our phone lines are very much open: 0809 791 0073. I'll repeat: 0809 791 0073. Or you can walk to our office at the 5th floor, Medifair Building, 5860 Broad Street, Lagos Island, Lagos, Nigeria. All right, don't go anywhere. Coming up right now is the call over from the NGS. We're giving you a detailed analysis of the gainers chart and losers table from the